Hello YouTube friends, here I am back again with a little look at my polytunnel. I was in the polytunnel yesterday. It was quite a cold day and so it wasn't really very nice for working outside. This whole time I've been away from the garden, everything's got a little bit out of hand. So jobs that probably would have taken me just a few minutes to do are now taking half a day. So all the weeds have grown up in the polytunnel, mixing in with the plants, making it really hard to see what's growing that I want to grow and what's growing that should come out. And so here we go with a bit of me weeding the paths in the polytunnel. The energy's not been great at coming back, it has to be said. I'm better, I'm fine, but I'm finding that bursts of activity like this, I'm still needing to have a bit of a rest in between times, which is frustrating because there's so much to do. I want to get on and do so much more in the garden, especially. It's got a little bit overgrown while I've been languishing, let's say. So I was sorting out some of these seeds that were planted. That one is a tray of violets, but none of them have come up, which is a shame. And this is overrun with weeds. I can't actually remember what was in here, but the weeds definitely had to come out. And as I came along the path on my hands and knees here, I was seeing to each of the tomato plants, taking out the side shoots and making sure that they were properly tied up to the strings that I've got for them there. So a lot of weeds in the paths. If in an ideal world, if I'd done this would have been a good idea. Would have been to line the paths with a weed suppressant before I put the edges in. But I didn't do that. There's such a lot of jobs in the polytunnel, in the garden, in the house, everywhere. I just can't keep on top of them all. So here I am doing the thing I don't like doing, which is super fast weeding. So I was picking some radishes as I was coming along. There's quite a few radishes there. Actually, in the end, I picked all the radishes. I went to see some friends today and I gave them everybody some radishes. So I was tying up the tomatoes there. And this is what it looked like halfway through yesterday. Still a very weedy old mess, a little bit of paths clear. But this is what it looked like at the end of my day's efforts. Very much clearer, very much easier to walk around and to see what's growing and what's not. So there's the chives, you just saw a glimpse of them there in the little pots. Very pleased. Ah, and here are kittens. So as each day goes by, they just get cuter and cuter and more wriggly. Oh my word. Okay. Okay guys, down you go. Come on Harry. Go and join your brothers and sisters. Oh man, kitten madness now. Go on, down you go. Go and play. We'll try and have a chat, hey? We'll try. So the kittens are still upstairs in the bedroom. They're mobile now, so that's going to be interesting. And I'm going to leave them here because the other cats are not being very friendly towards them. And Sadie is definitely not being very friendly towards the other cats. And so they're actually started eating food now. There's a little one over here is chomping away on some of the kitten food. Four weeks old today, so that's about right. They should be eating by now. Today is Father's Day, and I went to see my dad yesterday because it suited him better. He's got family visitors coming today, other family, and so I thought I'll go and see him yesterday when it's just me on my own. Can't really do this without a kitten, can we? And what a lovely afternoon we had. I really enjoyed it. It was just absolutely brilliant. I took him to see his sister, who's living in a care home in Southport, near where he lives. Who's his older sister, who's 96. She's looking fantastic. She's just absolutely brilliant. And so that was a really nice visit. Come on, let's see if we can do this with lots of kittens. Oh, settle down now. Enjoyed it. It's a long way, but it's, as I might have mentioned before, it's an absolutely beautiful drive. Okay, you can go down if you want to. Okay, down you go. You want to stay here? That's fine by me. I don't know if I'm going to get any chatting done. We'll see how we go. This might be a total waste of time. So I got back late last night, and this morning I've been doing some gardening, and I've just been to look at my bees. It's very hard to film me doing my bees because I'm busy doing my bees. So until I can find a cameraman who's willing to do that, you're just going to have to put up with me telling you about my bees. They're all right. They're doing okay. They're thriving on neglect because all the time that I haven't been very well, they've been looking after themselves. Oh, hiya. And yeah, they've been just looking after themselves. So this week then, there's 2 more pottery classes to go before we break up for the long summer break. And I'm back at pottery now, and I've got the bit between my teeth, and I've got quite a lot of pottery I want to do. So on Friday, I put this on my Instagram feed, but I'm going to put a picture here. There we go. And I had a lot of glazing to do. And so I spent the first hour just concentrating on carefully glazing some of these pots. They're going to be blue, green and white and blue. Hopefully they come out of the kiln and I like them. So let's see what they look like. But then we're going to have the long break, summer break, and no pottery. So that's going to be a bit sad. Never mind. Should we put you down? Yes, all right, we'll put you down. So the indigo blue quilt then has gone to the long arm quilter. That's good. Looking forward to seeing what that looks like when it comes back. The garden's looking great. We had a very big wind, Storm Hector in the UK. Didn't do any damage though, it just knocked a couple of things over, and now all my onions, instead of looking like this, are all looking like this, but that's okay. They're still growing, so that's fine. So I got off lightly there. So here we are with Kittens. Sadie's actually sitting on my knee as I'm doing the little voiceover for this. So every time a kitten squeaks, she's getting a little bit freaked out. So I think she's quite confused. There she is. Lovely cat. She's doing very well. I've been buying some bits of chicken for the kittens, and she's been enjoying it as well, but she's feeding 5 kittens. She needs some decent grub as well, I think. So they've all got homes now. They've got the little ginger guy, Harry, and his brother, who is now called Thomas, are going to live with my neighbour, which is nice for me because it means that I'll get to see them a lot. Now that one at the back there, the stripy one, she and her sister are going to live with a friend of mine, Jill, and for reasons best known to ourselves, she's called Stripy Anna. That's just a working title. She may be called something completely different. So I don't know what their names are going to be yet, but we've got Adam, Tom, Harry, Stripy Anna and Sleepy Anna. I promised it doesn't really matter why, but I promised my kids that who had birthdays that week that I would name them after them. So there's 2 called Adam and 2 called Anna. It's very complicated naming things. But they're not mine to name. They're going to go to homes where they're going to be well looked after and well loved and get their own names. She's such a good mum. Such a good mum. Well, guys, that was just a little bit of a roundup and a catch-up. And as ever, thank you very much for watching. See you next time.